Here we're gonna talk about a bunch of different things, kind of balance out
Yeah.
with how we're gonna be, parent, how we handle, being dads, games, and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah. Go from the fact that who we are and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess who are we? Let's start with that before we dive into what we are. So who are we? You go
okay,
first.
um, I would say I'm a podcast or I'm still a new podcaster, but I'm a streamer from for about 15 seconds now. But streamer, currently living in Illinois. I grew up in Michigan. My name's Jeremy. Play all sorts of games, have all sorts of interests. But I've got a father, a husband, we have 4 kids. They range from 7 to just over 2 months now. So, how about you?
All right.
Ryan?
So I myself as a new time stream podcaster, as you might say, but I am a streamer for about a year and a little bit now. I'm from the Midwest. My name is Alex. I go by the Diabolic Tutor, the Midwest in the Midwest. Um, Throwing out here, I am a father of two, a husband of one, um, and my day job during the day, I am a teacher, which I enjoy quite a bit and keeps me busy. And this streaming and online game experience is something that makes me, have a good time and gets me away from things a little bit and lets me enjoy the social life outside the world of education, which is always fun.
Oh yeah, and probably a lot more closer to your age. So,
Yeah,
what grades do you teach?
right now I just teach seventh grade social studies, which is always fun. So I've realized over the last couple of days when talking to new families, and I just connected everything. Don't know what's going on with my computer. As long as I can still have a microphone, we're going with that. Um,
Exactly.
I hit a button. I don't know what happened here. I learned over the last couple of days that I am literally the oldest seventh grader in my school because I've been in seventh grade for about 10 years now, teaching the same content and my 1 year stint of being in it. So I went, wow, I've been here for 10 years, a decade in seventh grade. This is great. So
Oh man, Peter
yeah,
Pan, you never grow up, man.
I don't.
I think we just renamed you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I work. My job is I am currently a sales and marketing manager for a company in Illinois, and we do different telemetrics, different things for different floor care machines and repairs and stuff like that. So it's a bunch of stuff, predominantly online. I get to handle all the customer service, the sales folks, follow up, and then of course come up with marketing content. So fun stuff, but boring
Ooh,
products. But it's my job to make them interesting. So hey,
that's good. That's to your point. Take the boring product and make it pizzazzy.
exactly.
So, Jeremy, I guess the question I have, so like I said, I have my list of questions here. I've been playing around with some things, some ideas. So we did a little intros, who we are, what it is. I mean, the question I'm throwing here is like, why do you want to listen to us? Like, what's the point of coming to this channel? I'm gonna start it off with the hard question first. I'm not gonna
Hey,
go what we're doing, what our goals are, but I want to know, if you're listening to us right now. I mean, one, you probably know who we are, and you probably want to support us in some way or the other. But Jeremy, why should people listen to our banter, our conversations late at night that we have?
I think people will find it interesting and relatable to us that we can, you know, balance the that like we were talking about being streamers. Both of us have
Mhm.
multiple kids, jobs, and we are hardly the only people out there with that. So I think that makes us relatable. A lot of the streamers in the community, that we're in, um, are like us. I mean, without throwing a bunch of names out there,
Yeah.
there's streamers that are, I'm not the spring chicken. So I know there's streamers out there that are in the age group, or I won't lob you in my age group. I won't be that mean. So, but
That's fair.
hey, there's stories. I'm sure as they get to hear us more, they'll we'll have some good experiences, and we might even be able to help each other solve those the tough things like how we when issues come up and stuff like that, or just share our
Yeah.
experiences and give each other ideas. What do you think? Alex?
I'm with you on that. I think that's kind of the big thing is that we are both seasoned gentlemen, as one might say, with our years,
I
and
like
maybe the gray in the beard a little bit, as one might say. And
that.
we have some experiences that we want to bring to the table, being that we are streamers. And we do try this streaming thing. Like literally, I tried it out of the blue, and I've been having a blast doing it for about a year and a half now, or a year. I say year by right now. So I've been having a blast doing it, learning new things, and in turn, it allowed me to kind of play with into my my work schedule and my work and what I've learned in streaming has bled into my work a little bit, which has been very enjoyable in that fact, and just the experience I've learned by like connecting with other people and talking to them. So my goal and my hope is that when people are listening to us, they're gonna enjoy our lovely conversation and my deep sultry voice, but in turn have a good time listening to like some of our experiences and maybe think about ways that they can advance themselves. um I do hope a little bit as time goes on, kind of blending into my next question, like where do we hope to go with this, is that we can kind of pull in some of those streamers that we know that we worked with that are kind of in our same boats, their dads, their parents. I kind of want to not just do dads but do parents, and they have kids, they have younger kids at home, they're trying to balance this going online and streaming and making those hours and providing that content by in turn being a parent as well as a worker as well as a husband, a wife, or whatever it is, and trying to balance that all out and make life function for them. I mean, by no means am I the gilded, magical person that knows what they're doing. So I'm hoping they can, we can stumble through this process together, and talking out something that makes it the best option. So that's where like I'm kind of goals with this is I'm going to talk out my plan and my strategy with everybody, and hopefully I'll learn some things along the way and make my life a little bit better, and I'll make someone else's a little better.
I
Going on a
agree.
tangent there.
I agree, and I think you hit out a really good point with the fact that it's the community aspect. Like, just it's awesome that we have a lot of fun, doing the content and doing what we want, and then just the people we've met. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we met. I mean, I think it's a
Yeah,
really cool group of people out there, and I didn't know how.
I would
Uh,
love to tell a story how we met, but keep going.
oh yeah, we could definitely get into that.
Yeah.
Um, definitely, but yeah, like just having that huge the variety of people out there that that we've met, and
Mm-hmm.
just the perspectives everybody brings. And like you said, you can't help but learn something new. Just seeing how people stream in different ways. I mean, there's no two styles where people hop on the microphone and a camera and they kill it. There's more than one way to kill it too. That's the cool
Yeah.
part. We can all be successful and have a good time and just be a community.
Well, that even too is not the success level. It depends on what you want out of it. Like, what is
Yeah,
your success level means? And that's, I think, one of the big things that people don't talk about is, you know, do you want to be that big partner streamer and be doing crazy things like Ninja, Nick Merckx, all those big popular names and do all that crazy stuff? Or do you just want to have fun with it? Or do you want to do, I mean, I personally call myself a hobbyist. Like, I'm not here to make the $1 billion bucks. I'm not here to try to support my income or do something different. I'm here to have fun and build community and enjoy it. If I make some extra scratch on the side, cool. It goes to the kids. Like, that's it. Like, you know, I
yeah,
make $100 that month. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna buy some ice cream. I'll buy you a cool toy for the day, and we'll maybe go to the zoo and spend an extra couple bucks here or there.
yeah.
So like
That's what I was
that
gonna.
stuff. That's my thing. Like I'm not gonna, or I'll buy something cool for my setup and we'll play with it a little
Exactly.
bit.
That's what I
Yeah,
was gonna say. I'm like pretty much anything that I do with it in terms of if I'm having fun,
yeah.
that's success. I mean, whatever else happens, happens. But like you said, I'll either reinvest it just to keep up on the equipment because
Yeah.
I have seen how it's awesome. Like, don't ever let somebody discourage anybody from starting with a $10 pair microphone, whatever. It works. It gets you on. It gets you started. You can always improve. But I mean, just dumping. Like for me, it's always trying to work on a different, keeping my computer, different things, being able to handle that. Because then that, or if I want to get a different game and try something out, if I make any
Mhm.
money off of Twitch, hey, that's what it would go into. I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm not planning on like retiring off of this and living on it. So
I'm
I
I'm
know
a
my
teacher.
gaming skills are not good enough.
I would say I'm a teacher. I know there's no retirement for my future. I'm just gonna go until I go to the ground. It's all that's happened in my life. But
uh, well,
anyways, no.
I
But
wish you a long life. Yeah,
don't do that. No.
that's mean.
Don't wish me on that. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the goal with us. I think is a good point. Is like we're just gonna have fun with it. We're gonna talk about some of our experiences. If somebody learns something, cool. If somebody doesn't, meh, well, learn something. Um,
Crack a book then. There you go.
Open up books, sleep on something, make something happen for
Exactly.
yourself. I mean, I guess tie in here too. Like, how do I meet? How do we meet up? That's probably a good conversation to bring up. Like, how did we decide to make a podcast, and who are we, and kind of do that. But straight up honest, man, I found you randomly clicking through Twitch streams on a day I should be working. During like lunch period, I'm sitting there like clicking through. And I'm like, oh, this guy's reading Lord of the Rings. All right,
Yep, on my
check
lunch
it out.
break as well. So
I like Lord of the Rings. I like the tech. I've read a few of the books. Let's sit down and listen. And literally just sat there and listened to you sitting in your car reading Lord of the Rings. And I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. I'm enjoying this. And just kind of went from there. And then you kind of hung out with me, jumped into some of my stuff, and
yeah,
we started working together in small things, and it's been cool.
yeah, it's one of those things that was cool. I just figured, what the heck? I mean, I think, and then too, like just coming up with the podcast, why we decided to do it as we did. We have some, the similar interests like that, and I just feel like we have I feel like there's good conversation, and I always like the fact that it seems like when I'm talking to you or doing something, I always learn something new, or just even when we're tweeting back and forth, I just feel like there's always something good there. So
we always find each other. Yeah, I always find your tweets, and I always try to throw something on them, and we end up doing that. But yeah, like I said, it kind of proves out the fact that you don't know. Like you just said it right there. I just decided to know something cool to do. I like reading the text, reading the books, and I decided one day I'm just gonna read during my lunch period. And I remember sitting there going, "Wow, he's literally just sitting here with his phone and reading, and that's it. Like that's it. That's all he's doing. There's no magical overlays. There's no green screen. There's no $1 million thing happening. The man is just sitting here in his car for his lunch hour, reading a book." And then out loud to everybody, and everyone listening, and you were gaining followers. Like you were sitting there just gaining followers every time I'd watch you at least gain 1 or 2 people join in, and they would follow you. And I'm just as a point out there, like that's all you did, and you're gaining followership, which is insane. And then people think when you do streaming, you have to have the fancy microphone, the aux cables, the overlays, the big expensive computers, the game systems, the blah blah blah. Like, dude. Right there. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Nope.
I mean, I started with an Xbox and the Twitch app, and that's it.
I literally balanced my phone. It would sit on I would have my knee cocked up to one side, I balance it on my steering wheel, and that's how I would do it. So it was nothing fancy.
That is skill. I mean, if you go back in my old VODs, I literally had the camera sitting on one of my kids' slides that were held up by some weird contraption made out of a hanger. And then one kid came by and knocked it over and just flew all over the place. And there's a VOD of my camera just flying all over the room because the kid took it with him and shot it across the room. And I was like, well, that happened. Nice. Still have it. It's right here. It still functions. But
hey, man, that's the important part. Whatever you do, as long as it functions and you have an internet connection, you're good to go.
So Spettle, if you want to endorse us, your camera is amazing. It survives kids kicking it across the room. Spettle from Amazon. I don't know who you are, but you're great.
Business contact information below, or we'll try to get there as quick as possible. So
we'll figure it out.
Exactly.
We're playing this game. So
exactly.
But yeah, I'd be happy to I think that's a good thing to point out too. Like, what are some things that you purchased to help your stream out? That'd be probably a good conversation we should probably plan out in the future.
Yeah,
I've done some very, very paperclip and rubber band kind of things to make something happen that I wanted to see if it worked, and it did. I made some stuff like for very bare minimum cost, and like wax paper and like rubber bands, like legit.
Nice. The real rubber
If
band
you could
man.
see my set, if you could see my setup, the wire mess of nest that I have created at my desk is horrible. I am beyond the wire management now. It's just good luck.
I always look at poor wire management. I always go back to I'll have to throw a Star Trek reference out here, but I
Yeah.
apologize if you don't like it, if you do. But I always look at like the board. Everybody said they were this advanced civilization, but if you look at them, there's like wires popping all over them. I'm like, this is horrible wire management.
They're horrible at it and they don't
Yeah.
care. And I mean, okay, the wire management's there. It makes sense to my mentality, but dude, no. So that's probably a good cast we could probably have in the future. The process of wire management, how to do better at it, because I got nothing on it.
We'll have to. I will have to do some good research. I try to keep my wire management. I try to keep it as minimalistic as possible, as few things as I can, and just a couple of
Mm,
clips tied together. I try to keep it that way. So,
I run 1, 2, 3 cameras, 2 lighting system, 3 screens, a television, an Xbox, one a keyboard, a mouse, a Stream Deck. What else I have over here? Oh, my Elgato with my headphone set to hook up. I have into there. I have 1, 2, 3 hubs. And one of the hubs is daisy chained into each other because I needed an extra port.
the extra ports. That's like the Achilles heel of streaming. Never enough ports.
That is, but legit, I'm looking at like I'm counting through. I'm like, there's way too much. I don't know how my I don't understand how my computer hasn't blown up yet. That's all I can say.
I need to like. So it really depends. I stream off of a couple of different things. So sometimes I'll just sit in my living room and I'll go off my PS4.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just have my PS4 camera. Sometimes I'll just do my phone, and then I will also do it sometimes off my laptop. And then I have my desktop, which has a lot more stuff. But my wife's real big into like home decor and stuff, so she's
I can see in your
constantly.
background.
Oh yeah, and she's big. She's doing her thing on Instagram, but it's where I guess everything's like perpetual construction. Like I've got a staircase probably straight ahead of me that's we're repainting and putting a bunch of stuff on, and she does awesome stuff. But um, so the office, long story short, is in one of those perpetual messes right now. So I'm like, I can't even stream anything in there because my background, it would look like I was just the car I was in or the house I was in was blown up or something. I just have to be sitting in it streaming still. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
So
I guess it is, but I'd rather do that than I. So when my youngest was born, we had to move my office from upstairs to downstairs,
oh,
which sounds great. Cool. That's fine. I'll be in the basement. That's fine with me. It's quieter down here. I don't have kids yelling at me. I'll take it. But there's not really a space to put an office. I do have a bar, a wet bar right next to me. I have a sink. Literally, I have a
dream
sink with
off.
functioning water right here. If I need to get a drink, I just turn it on and get some water,
Nice.
which is wonderful. But we didn't have a desk that would fit here. I have a six-legged desk sitting
Oh,
in front of me that is not really a desk height. It's more like a table. And I have a chair that's kind of awkwardly sitting on blocks to kind of keep me at a level that makes sense. And then everything is kind of hodgepodge around me. It's like I'm buried myself in a little like cocoon of stuff so I can do my stream and do everything else I do. Like if I change my camera like any wider than I have, it looks like you're like, is he a hoarder? Because there's a lot of things nearby him that probably are questionable. I
on
swear I'm
hoarders
not. I
today,
swear I'm not a hoarder. I
Alex.
don't hoard anything. It's just
Order
my little
streamer edition. Yeah,
my my little
65 cameras.
my little my little hobbit hole that I've created for myself is pretty well pretty well encasing.
Absolutely, girl. Well, I commend you, Bilbo, for that one.
I think I'm more sneakily because I'm kind of like pulling my stuff in and like kind of hoarding it all next to me. Not really Bilbo-y.
As long as you're my precious.
This is my cans. Impure.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, that's what happens. All right, we're kind of going on here. How long have we been going for so far? I think we've been going for like a good 20 minutes here.
Yeah, we've been going for about 20. So,
What do you want to cut this at? Where should we do our cuts for these streams or for
um,
our podcast?
I'm thinking we could try. You want to do about 30 minutes at first, trying to see
Yeah,
how it flows,
that's
and then I mean, if we find that as we're planning things out, it's too not enough, we can always go up, up 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. So,
feeling it. So
so
how about this? Let's end our conversation on what are we calling ourselves?
okay. You said you were going to throw the hard question at me first. However, I think you just sandbagged me because this is the one I've been thinking about, but I'm kind of hoping you had something and then we could just play off of each other and come up with something.
Well, wait, give me what you've been feeling. Let me feel what you've been doing.
I was thinking something along like something with the father and streamer or something humorous, but I haven't gotten much farther than that. I'll admit
Well,
I've been a colossal failure when it comes to this question.
I literally like so I'll be honest, when I think there's like two areas of the world that I think the best in, or three, technically three. One is like the middle of the night when I can't sleep and I'm sitting there staring at the ceiling and all of a sudden these ideas pops in my head. Why I have a notebook next to my desk. I literally have a notebook next to my desk at all times because I have these random ideas and I'll write them down. So it's something I did in college and I still do today. Like I'll have this like random epiphany. I'm like, oh, and then I'll fall
Idea
asleep.
steal.
Yeah. So that's one spot. The second spot is when I'm driving the car aimlessly going nowhere. I'll just end up thinking about something random. And then I tell my sons that. And I'm like, remember me telling you this, please. And they do, which is always good. And then the last spot is like randomly in the shower. I'm staring at the ceiling going, And then I all of a sudden think of this idea. And that's where I always lose my ideas because I can't do anything in the shower. I don't have a wax pen. I got nothing for you. So I can tell you one of the things. I've done one of those things in the last week, or two of those things at least. And I haven't done much of anything else. So I haven't done much thinking outside the world of my life. So long story short, I got nothing.
Okay.
I thought of a few things and I'm like, So here's I think I have a suggestion for this.
Let's throw it.
I think we should go to Twitter.
Okay.
We should toss us on Twitter, kind of announce what we're planning on doing here.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know. Do you think you can cut this up in the next day or so?
Yeah, I can go through this here. I'm off work tomorrow, so I can do that definitely.
I think you cut this up. We put it out there on the Twitterverse. Still, cut out there in Twitterverse. We'll put it out there, and then we'll have people. Hey, give us some ideas of what you think we should call ourselves, or give us an idea where we should run with it, and we can kind of see what people put out there for us, and maybe get some ideas. And then our next cast, which we plan to do these how many times? Once a month, twice a month type thing? Or are we going to push harder and do more?
I would like to do it. I would like to do it once a week if possible, but I mean, we could, 2 weeks. I mean, whatever works best. I mean, I was thinking. I mean, I can generally. Yeah, I was thinking once a week, but I mean, if we need to do it, I mean,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think half an hour. It's definitely doable. I mean, if we were trying to fill like an hour or 2 hours, I might need a little more time to come up with content for that. Because
half-hour banter is always fun. And then as time goes on, like if we start doing like because I said that one of the things that I want to pull the streamers into this, or people, not even streamers, but other people into our conversation somehow.
I agree.
And then we'll see if we can get them to kind of pull into this and we have that stronger conversation. Maybe we can push the 45-minute marker. But if you want to do once a week, I'm cool with that once a week thing. I mean, Monday nights, recording time is great for me.
Cool. I think we can do Monday nights pretty much.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is too, like anything, my work schedule fluctuates a little bit, but when I'll have it ahead of time, so I'll be able to look unless I have an absolute catastrophe like the other night. So
that's fine. Well, Mondays nights works better because then the wife has to work at her office tomorrow, so she goes to bed early. Kids are in bed early.
Same.
I have to get up, but my day is going from upstairs to downstairs, and I have just a buttload of meetings. And
That commute must be horrible.
It is atrocious. I mean, up and down stairs.
I know. Well, if you hit toys, if you step on something,
My knees are killing me.
love it.
But I think we have a good first cast, and
Same. I,
one, I love the banter. So that's all that
Same
matters.
here. That's what I think for me the coolest part about it is I think just get that chance to. I feel like it's like hanging out almost and just
Yeah.
we're shooting the breeze and just it's gonna be a good time. We'll start talking about some cool things. I'm sure we can always take figure out suggestions on Twitter once we get going. But I mean, I feel like I like this.
All right, that's cool. The chemistry is there. So I
All
guess you
right.
want to try to let's do like a little sign off here. Say good night to everybody, goodbye, good day,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. Just don't what do we want to do here? How do we want to
Um.
end our salute to goodbyes?
Yeah. I would say. I think you just nailed it best to say. Good morning, good night, whatever part of the world you're in. Think big, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Hey, well, good morning, good night, good day, and have a wonderful whatever you're doing.
exactly.
There
So
you
I
go.
like it.
There you go.